Hey y'all, how y'all guys doing? Welcome to Let's Face It Live Show with your coach, Shakima S. Perry. So I'm super excited to join you on tonight. I hope you guys are ready, because I am ready to go. So tonight I have a great topic, but what we're going to do is, if you guys jump on, can you please share this live video? I will greatly appreciate that. Please share. I want other people to be impacted. I want other people to be blessed about what we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight. I'm not going to be before you long. Normally I'm about 30 minutes, 30 to 35. Sometimes I go over, but I try to stay within that time frame. So thank you so much for joining in. And just to let you know, the purpose of this actual show, the purpose of Let's Face It Live Show with your coach, Shakima S. Perry, don't want to forget that. The reason why this show came about is to bring up topics, issues, different things that we go through day to day, or just regular topics that you may have interest in, or you may say, hey, I'm not sure how to do this or how to do that. So a lot of times I give how-tos, how to do this, how to do that. So this month is entrepreneurial month, if I'm saying it right. I think I am. So this month is entrepreneurial month, and what we're talking about is entrepreneurship, business. I'm bringing business guests on. I actually will have a guest on next week. This week is only me, which you have gotten some nuggets from me only. But this is a show. Well, not show, but this is the month I wanted to get into entrepreneurship. Some things that you guys may need concerning starting your own business, or just wanting answers on why certain things are not happening in your business. A lot of times, we can get not caught up, but more so, concerned about that. So that's pretty much why I'm here to help you. I'm here to, answer questions, things like that. So we're going to jump into the topic. Okay. So tonight's topic, I'm going to put it on the screen. So we are in season 2, episode 19. Topic is how consistency brings revenue. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and talk about that on tonight. Now, what we're going to do is we talk about the issues first. So that we're going to do what? We're going to let's face it. So we're going to face some issues about consistency. I know someone did come on my live and talked about I struggle with consistency. So a lot of these shows, when it comes to consistencies, I give you some tips and help you to kind of, navigate a little bit better and have a better understanding why to be consistent, right? So we're going to get into it. So let's see here. All right. So what happens when you lack consistency in your business? What happens, right? So I've got some things here that what would happen if you lack consistency. So one thing that you will lack is you will lose money. So you will lose money. And the reason why you lose money is not saying that you physically lose money in the sense of, money that you already have, but you lose future incomes that can come into your business. So you lose money because when you lack consistency, what happens is people can't see you. You're not putting yourself in the eyes of people, so you lose your money, so you lose your future money, or you lose opportunity when it comes to not being consistent, right? So you lose money. So a business owner don't want to lose money. They want to gain money. They want to make a profit, not make a loss, right? So you lose money when you lack consistency. So another thing, when you lack consistency, you have a lack of commitment. So consistency is showing that you are committed, right? So when you lack consistency, that means you're not committed. And I know that's hard to hear as a business owner. You're like, what do you mean I'm not committed? If you are not actually being consistent, you have a lack of commitment. And that can stem from anything, that sometimes that can even be from personal stuff, right? So I don't want to get into the resolution, but that's what lack of consistency does, right? Then also, this is a strong one. I know y'all guys probably don't like me for this. You're not serious. So as a business owner, and if you're not consistent, you're not serious about it. It's not something that's on the top of your list. So you're not serious. You're kind of playing around with it, in a sense. So you're not serious. Another thing, you're turning it into a hobby. So that's kind of connected to not being serious. You're turning into the hobby. So a business owner is someone that take their business seriously, right? So you're really turning that into a hobby if you're not consistent. Another thing here, not visible to your audience. Like I said, you lack not being visible. You have to be visible, right? So if you lack consistency, you're not visible. People can't see you. People don't know who you are. So another one, that's what I put. When you do show up, when you don't show up, people don't know who you are. So when you don't show up and you're not consistent, people don't know who you are. And also another thing I need to add is you're not trustworthy. And what I mean by that, you're not trustworthy to your audience, to your clients. Because when you don't show up, it's going to be a lack of trust with your audience. Your audience is not going to trust you because they don't see a consistent thing going on. So I added that in just now. Lack of trust to your audience. And I know this is hard to hear, but this is something that's going to help you so this no longer happens, right? Overall, you will be disappointed of the outcome of your business. And a lot of times the end result is quitting, right? So these are the issues that people deal with when they don't be consistent in their business, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a quick commercial break. And when we get back, I got some resolutions. Don't feel like if any of these things I'm saying may pertain to you, don't feel like it's over for you. Don't feel like, oh my God, like she's hitting it on the nail. Don't feel like that. Just know that these are the issues. These are the things, but I'm going to give you some resolutions that's going to help you to endure. And that's what a business owner does, endure. So I'm going to give you some things that's going to help you. So check out this commercial. And we're going to be right back. Introducing Unlimited Faith. Pre-order your copy today. Go to www.gleebargaincenters.com. Get your faith pumped to a new level. You will never be the same after you read this book. Go get your copy today. Don't wait. All right, so we are back. And another thing I'm going to add on to this, and because I don't want to make everybody feel like, oh, I'm not committed, I don't care, whatever, I don't care about my business. Another thing that actually lacking consistency is fear. Fear stops you from being consistent. That's another thing. So some of it is not so much you trying to not do it, it's fear of the outcome or fear of the response of your audience. So that's another one. I wanted to add that in. Let me add that right now because I don't want to forget, because we're going to go over all of these things. So I said lack of trust from your audience, right? Right. Lack of trust from audience and also fear. All right, so we're going to dig into it. But before we do that, I don't know, I just been last couple of episodes, I just feel like, I wanted to share a story. A lot of times I don't want to just like give you issues and here's the results or here's the resolutions. I'm going to actually share a personal story. A lot of things I'm actually telling you is things that I've dealt with pretty much. or I used to deal with, and these are the things I needed to do and change in order to be a better entrepreneur, right? Okay, I already put that there. All right. So just to tell you a little bit about, my journey. I have been an entrepreneur since 2015, so going on 6 years. And when I first started my business, Glee Bargain Centers, it was a pretty much as a discount store. I call it like a discount store of excellence. And when I started, I had, t-shirts and, it wasn't selling. And I kind of went through this story in one of my other broadcasts when I first how I started my online business. But I went through a time that I wasn't selling anything. It was nothing happening. And literally, I'm being honest, probably my first 2 years in business or 3 years in business, I really quit for almost a year. Like I didn't promote anything because I was discouraged and I lacked consistency. So literally I didn't make no money. It's because, and like we spoke about loss of money, is because I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't promoting my business. I just literally quit. I mean, the site was there. I was still paying for it every month. You know what I'm saying? Because I had monthly fees, and I'm not making no money. It's just like literally money coming out my account, and I'm not making any money. Thank God I had a job, so that my job covered that. Um, but I quit because I was just overwhelmed, and I felt like I wasn't making no money, and I felt a certain way. But I didn't realize that I wasn't making money because I wasn't putting myself out there. Right. So a lot of times we get disappointed and we need to really be disappointed in ourselves, not saying beat ourselves up, but to say Shakima, or, you say your name, you're like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing to increase your business? What are you doing? Why are you disappointed? What you disappointed because you're not making money, but nobody sees your product or service. And then I went through a time, fast forward when I wrote my book. At first I was getting, I was promoting, I was consistent, I was getting sales galore. Like I sold a lot of books. The first probably maybe 2 years, not I can't say 2 years because it's only been 2 years. So probably the first maybe 4 to 6 months, I was selling books like crazy. And then eventually I stopped, I wasn't getting book sales. And I was like, why am I not getting book sales? And the Holy Spirit, God spoke to me and said, Shakima, are you promoting your books? And I'm like, no. So like, what do you think? What's going to happen when you don't be consistent? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Are you going to magically get a company to call you and say, I want 1,000 books? Come on, get your mind right. Like, you're not putting yourself out there. You're not putting yourself in front of your audience. Of course, you're not going to make any money. Of course, people are going to stop buying your book. Of course, people are going to stop buying your products. It's going to happen. It's inevitable because by you lacking of going out there, putting yourself out there, you actually saying, I don't want money. That's what you're saying indirectly. You're saying, I don't want it because you're not putting in the effort in order to see results. And literally, I'm going to tell you this. So I was like, you know what, Lord, you're right. And then my mother spoke to me. She said the same thing. You need to put your book out there. You need to do it now. Stay focused. Literally, I put promotions just for 3 days and sales were coming in 3 days. So when I decided to start promoting myself again about the Mind Regulator, my book, my awesome book, and I have another book coming out. I don't know where my book at, but it's somewhere over here. But anyway, when I start promoting the Mind Regulator again, then I start getting sales again. So why we expect that sales are just going to come and sit in our laps is not going to happen that way. So I had to get serious about my business. I had to get serious about, okay, I want to make sales, right? So when I started to get serious, then things started happening for me, right? So that's what consistency does. It plays a part so you're able to start making better choices, getting better results. And I'm going to tell you this real quick. I was just speaking to a friend right before I got on here. A lot of times when so say for example, you are consistent, you consistently putting yourself out there and you still not seeing results, right? A lot of times it's not the fact that you don't have the right product. You just need to tweak out certain things with the product, meaning it doesn't have to be the product itself, but tweak out the marketing strategy. So say, for example, you have a book. Okay, you can't throw the book out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wrote the book, you work hard, right? But you maybe need to tweak out the marketing. So you may market on Instagram and you see is no results on Instagram. Maybe you need to go to YouTube. Maybe you need to go to Facebook. So you have to maybe tweak out the marketing strategy, or maybe you need to use video marketing. I have a class on that. So it's like you have to kind of figure out ways on how to promote. So a lot of times it's not about quitting, it's about really tweaking and really resetting and doing something different so you can start seeing the results you're looking for. So a lot of times people will just quit because they feel like, well, I work so hard, not being consistent is not working, right? So you have to tweak things out. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm trying to think, should I tell you now or later on after the show? But I'll tell you now because I don't want to forget. So because I'm a very consistent person, you see, I come on the show, I post all the time, I post my products, my services, I'm consistent. And what happens is people starting to refer me to other people. And that's what we was talking about, trust. So people say, hey, Shakima, I have a friend that's interested in what you're doing. I have a friend that may want this from you. And I'm just like, huh? And people reaching out to me via messenger. Hey, Shakima, do you do this? And Shakima, I need help with it. And it's because I'm consistent. If I wasn't consistent, they wouldn't know nothing about me. Nothing about me. So that's what happened. So I'm going to get more into that, but that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you, my story of the lack of consistency and what I saw. And when I started to be consistent, that I start seeing things happen. I literally sold thousands and thousands of dollars of merchandise because I was consistent. When I wasn't consistent, I heard crickets. And I'm being honest, I probably had no sales or very minimal sales, right? So you got to be consistent. But we're going to go over the results, the resolutions for each one that we spoke about. So loss of money. So when you are consistent, right, what happens is you start to see revenue. You start seeing a pattern. So say, for example, you start posting, you start being consistent, you start doing more. You won't lose the income that you're looking for. So you're looking for more income. You're looking for that revenue stream to start coming, right? So that when you start to be consistent, you start gaining income. You start seeing things change. Another thing that will help you is sometimes maybe change it up, maybe add something to what you're doing to even make more income. Like I have different, I'm gonna be honest, I have 3 companies and I have 4 streams of income. You like, huh? How you have 3? I have 3 companies and 4 streams of income. It's because I'm doing something else outside of my companies that's bringing revenue as well. So sometimes you have to add on to what you have to bring money and bring income in and be consistent in that. So loss of money, you won't see that no more because you're going to start seeing gains, right? Being consistent. Lack of commitment. So when you are consistent, you're showing commitment. It's just like a relationship. You can't say I love you and you don't show up. GK Marriage Preparation says, thank you. Be consistent. Right. Thank you so much. So you can't, it's just like a relationship. You can't say, oh, I love you, right? And you don't show up. You don't come around. That's just like your business. Your business is your baby. So when you're working your business, if you don't show up, you're telling your business that you don't love them. And I'm just being honest. You're telling them, your business, I don't love you, so I'm not going to work you today. Period. I'm tired. I work too hard. I'm saying, even if you working full time, make time for your baby. Make time for your business baby, because you need to build that thing. Build it up so that baby can become a full-grown adult. And that's when you're going to really make good money. That's when you're going to make those millions. That's when you're going to make that money coming in, right? So you got to be committed. You got to be serious about what you're doing. When it comes to me, I am a full-time entrepreneur. I don't get no paycheck. I'm serious about my business. I'm so serious. I get up the same time I get up when I used to work my job. What? I know people like, what? Yes. I treat my business like I'm working a full-time job. I wake up the same time. I don't get up, oh, let me get up 9 o'clock. No, I'm not getting up 9 o'clock. I'm getting up 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. That's the same time I got up when I used to work my 9 to 5. Get serious. That's when it shows you're serious, when you saying like, this is important. This is my income. This is my life. You got to be serious about it. Don't turn your business into a hobby. Meaning, not saying that if you work a full-time job, you put in your time to the side. I'm talking about a hobby, like you work on it once in a while. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that, oh, you have a schedule for, okay, I work 2 hours in my business a day, every 5 days a week. That is putting time into your business because you have a full-time job. But I'm talking about you work your business once a week. That's a hobby. I'm sorry. If you doing that, it's a hobby. Don't make your business a hobby. Set schedule and what you do in your business. I know when before I left my job, I literally worked more hours and I was preparing, like God was preparing me. I worked more hours in my business than I worked in my full-time job. So I used to work 9 to 5. Like I used to work from 7:30 to 4, right? And I started my business around 5 o'clock. So 5 to 11, I'm working my business, or 12 o'clock, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm doing more because I'm preparing myself to leave. So when you're deciding to leave your job, you got to put more work in because you got to get used to working those many hours in your business. So you got to have that mindset that, this is not a hobby. This is my business, right? Not visible to your audience. How can you sell products or services if your audience don't see you? Don't make fun of why saying audience because I'm from New York. Let me stop. I'm playing. But anyway, because I'm saying audience. So not being visible. So if you're not promoting your products or services, if you're not promoting yourself, you're not visible. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody can see you. No one can buy your product. No one can buy your services. So don't be disappointed when you don't see sales, because people don't know who the heck you are. So I'm just being honest, right? So when you don't show up, people don't know who you are. I just said that. Not visible to your audience. People don't know who you are. You bring lack of trust to your audience. When someone sees you consistently and they see you doing it, they trust you. You know why? They trust you. The fact that you're going to show up for the product that they're looking for. You're going to show up and ship them the items they said they wanted. Why? Because they see consistency in you showing up for your business. They trust you enough that they know that Shakima is going to deliver, right? GK marriage preparation is going to deliver. Why? Because they see you consistently doing what you need to do in your business. So they know you serious. People, before they buy from you, they got to know you are serious about your business. They got to know that. So the trust factor comes with your consistency. People see you, they feel like you're trustworthy, right? And another thing, fear. So some of us fear, oh, they're not going to buy my products. They're not going to buy my services. They're not going to this. and they're not going to that. What if they buy millions of them? Because of your lack of consistency, what if a company wants to buy 10,000 of your products? But because you allow fear to come in, you never get that opportunity. So you miss out. Your one post can change your life forever. Your one thing that you do, not saying you're doing it one time, but meaning the times that you're doing it and posting and being consistent, one of those posts can be your breakthrough. One of those posts can be something that will change your life. A multi-million-dollar contract can come your way just by you being consistent. Even with this show, I could be on here and Tyler Perry could come on here and say, man, I like your show. I want to do a movie on your show. I don't know. I'm saying you don't know who is watching you. You got to be consistent. You got to be visible. Don't allow fear to stop you. Do it in fear. I remember years back, and I'm going to move forward, years back when I started going live, right? At first, when I started going live, I was scared to death. I first started going live praying, actually. So the Lord led me. He said, go on live twice a week, and I want you to pray. And I was scared to death. I said, pray, God, I'm scared of all these people. And I was so scared. I know some of you guys say, what? You were scared? Yes. This is my first time. So God was preparing back then. He was like, pray. I want you to pray. Then he opened up 5 minutes of inspiration. So I used to do 5 minutes of inspiration. He did that for me. And then 5 minutes of inspiration converted into Let's Face It. So now I'm not doing that no more. I'm doing Let's Face It. So a lot of times God is preparing you for that next level. So you can't allow fear to stop you. I didn't allow fear to stop me. I was scared, but I did it anyway. Sometimes you got to do it in fear. So GK Marriage Preparation said, I need all my breakthroughs. I know that is right, honey. I don't know if you're, I think you're a man or woman. I mean, you're a woman. I believe so. Because I think that it looks like a page. But if you are a woman or man, praying Jesus is my help, right? Right. Praying Jesus is my help. But you got to be consistent. You cannot let fear stop you, right? So overall, as you be consistent, then you will start to see yourself growing and you won't be so disappointed all the time. Then you have to realize also this. I'm pretty much done with this, and we're going to go to the commercial break. But what I would say is that you got to realize that consistency comes with a process. It comes with a process. I kind of went through all of it already, but I have a couple things I want to share with you after the break. But consistency is a process. It's a process. Okay. So know that it's a process. So it's not going to be overnight. But what I'm going to do, we're going to take a quick commercial break because I actually went over too much things because there's some stuff I want to share with you. But watch this commercial. We'll be right back, and we're going to get into more stuff. All right. I'm ready to coach. I'm ready to teach. Check this out. Trying to take the best selfies to promote your clothing brand? Looking for new ways to promote your products and services on social media? You see, people are always browsing the web, searching. How about you create professional commercials to drive traffic to your websites? You will blow your customers away with these incredible visuals of your products and services. Learn how to create these commercials, voiceovers, strategies on how to increase your sales, and more. Go to bit.ly/create commercials to register today. All right. So that's a class I taught yesterday. You can actually get a replay of that class, which is super cool. So Liza Cooper, I'm here for this. Thank you, Liza. Thank you for joining. So what we were discussing is don't allow fear to do that to you. Don't allow fear to stop you. And like we talked about process, right? So being consistent doesn't mean right away you're going to see results. Consistency is only the stepping stone to that next level, meaning that as you keep going, as you keep striving, as you don't allow, because you may not see numbers or you may not see the big boom of sales at the beginning, is going to actually open doors. Like what I spoke about before, right? So me being consistent, because I'm a consistent person when it comes to my business, right? I'm consistently doing this show, right? People are starting to refer me. People are inboxing me. Hey, Shakima, do you do this? Shakima, my friend wants to know, because that person see consistency and they feel like I can introduce you to my friend. I can introduce you to someone I know because I trust her. So that builds a trust factor. So by you being consistent, you're going to see people refer you to other people. And I'm being honest, I have never seen that before until I started to be consistent, but it took time. I've been coaching for like about a year. Like I've been coaching, business coaching for a year, and people are interested in my products. And it took like a year. I've been doing it. Not saying that I haven't been getting money, but what I'm saying is I'm seeing referrals now. I wasn't getting referrals. Now I was out there pushing, out there going, out there doing what I got to do. You know, I got, sales here and there. And then I had times I got a lot of sales. So it was kind of spotty, whatever. But now when I'm getting referrals, people saying, hey, I sent your link to somebody, they're going to buy your class, or I want someone to link up with you to do, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what you start seeing when you're consistent, but you got to be consistent for a long period of time. It's not going to be overnight. So don't ever think that being consistent is going to bring super revenue. I'm talking about revenue nonstop overnight. Is when you do it over time. So I want to make that clear, that you're not confused and say, oh, I was consistent for a week and I didn't see anything. No, you got to be consistent sometime for a year or 2 years before you see the big bang or that big sales bucket start coming in. People start trusting you like that. It takes time. So what I'm going to say here, so the Bible, this is what the Bible says about, let me see, hold on one second. Okay, so this is about reaping. So it says, do not be deceived. God is not mocked. He will not allow himself to be ridiculed, nor treated with contempt, nor allow his precepts to be scornful set aside. For whatever a man sows, this and this only is what he will reap. Galatians 6:7. So what you sow, when you're consistent, you're sowing seeds. That's what you're doing. You're sowing. You're doing your due diligence. You paying your dues. That's what you're doing. You're sowing. You're planting seeds into the ground. So when you start sowing and being consistent, then what? You're going to reap what you're doing. It's going to pay off. Your consistency, your sacrifice is going to pay off. So don't think that what you're doing is for no reason. This show is not for no reason. This show is blessing people. This show is speaking into people's life. This show is awakening the eyes of people when it comes to life, when it comes to dealing with their issues, when it comes to opening their eyes that God has more for them. This is what this show does. And I know it does. People tell me. If I completely stop doing this show, people are like, what happened to Let's Face It? I need that show. Right? Some of y'all guys probably say, oh, I love your show. I don't want you to go, right? I don't want to go either, unless the Lord tell me to stop. But I'm going to be here. Unless I'm sick somewhere, God forbid. But I'm going to be here. Let's Face It is here to stay. I don't know how long, but it's here to stay. I want you to be impacted. I want your life to be changed. I want you to look at life in a different scope. I want you to look at life that God has great things for you. No matter what you go through or face in your life, you're going to see great things. But you cannot quit and expect to see results. You cannot stop doing certain things and stop being consistent and expect to see good results. So whatever you reap, you will sow. I mean, whatever you sow, you will reap. Right? Yes. Thank you, Liza. So powerful, not in vain. It's not. Thank you so much. So overall, when you are consistent in your business, people will start to find you without you asking them, because you have planted so much seed in the ground. Now it's time for your harvest. When you plant seeds by you going out there, pushing yourself, going after your dreams, being consistent, you're going to plant so much seed. That ground that you fertilize is going to be so much seed in that ground, it can't do nothing but give you harvest. I'm going to say that again. You're going to plant so much seed in the ground by you being consistent, by you pushing, you pressing forward. You keep on doing it. You keep on going, keep on going. You're going to have so much seed in that ground that ground can no longer take no more seed. But all you're going to see is harvest. All you're going to see people reaching out to you and saying, hey, help me. People saying, hey, I need your product. You're going to see those things, but you got to plant the seeds. I'm going to tell you this one thing, and we're going to move on to something else because I'm about to close out. One thing about me, to be transparent, to be a full-time entrepreneur is not easy, okay? It's times I make good money. It's times money be lacking, right? But this is what I do. I have moments I cry. I have moments that I feel like, is this going to work? Is this working? But I give myself 24 hours. I said, Shakima, and you got to talk to yourself sometimes. Shakima, you got 24 hours to get yourself together, and you're going to go back in the game and you're going to hit the ball out the park. I know that this is real life. So Liza said, I'm changed. God is loving on me today through your message. Amen. You're going to knock the ball out the park. That's what you do. Give yourself 24 hours to cry, to moan and groan, and then get back in the game and knock the ball out the park. That's what you do. That's a winner. That's a true warrior. Someone that can get knocked down, dust themselves off, get back up and get in the game and knock the ball out the park. That's what I do. That's why I keep going. That's why I keep doing this show. That's why I keep pressing, because people like you need to hear this message. You need to hear my story. You need to hear the struggles, so you know you're not by yourself. You're not by yourself. I struggle too. But one thing about me, you will not see me quit. You will not see Shakima S. Perry quit unless God takes me to heaven. That's the last time. That's the only way you see Kima quit. That's the only way. God, either I'm stricken, I can't do nothing, or I'm going to glory. Because the enemy ain't gonna have no room for me to try to get me to quit. The enemy, the devil, we're gonna talk about the devil real quick. 2 seconds. The devil can't do nothing to you. The only thing he can do is allow you to sabotage yourself. That's what he does. He tries to play with your mind so you can sabotage yourself, because he can't do anything. He doesn't have the power to. You only have the power to sabotage. He can't do nothing that you give him power to do. If you give him power, he'll take it. But if you don't give him any power, he can't do nothing. He can't do nothing. The Bible says, and this is in I think it's John. Let me see, I'll just make sure. No, Luke 10:19. It says, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions even all the power over the enemy, and nothing by any means shall hurt you. So what God was saying in that scripture, and I'm about to jump over because I'm way over time and I knew I was going to do this. What God was saying in that scripture, he said, I have given you power. So I'm giving you authority over the enemy. I'm giving you a power to tread on snakes and scorpions or all these things that's trying to attack you. I gave you power over it. And I even also gave you power over Satan himself, the devil. He's a defeated wonder. And he's saying nothing by any means shall hurt you. But you got to believe that you have the power. Believe you have it because you do. When you believe you have it, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing. All right. So I'm about to end this. I know I'll be up in here on here all day. But anyway, let's go into the next thing. So pretty much, I had my class yesterday, but I want to talk about, let me see if I have it. I don't think I have it up here, but I have a book actually coming out. It should be actually out in about a week. It's called Unlimited Faith. Let me just put my website up. I have my website here. Here we go. All right, so if you go to www.gleebargaincenters.com, you can get my book, my brand new book called Unlimited Faith, When You Think Your Faith Has Run Out. It's a powerful book. It will be out literally in about a week. Like, I will have the physical copies. Right now it's in pre-order status. If you go to my website and purchase this book, if you wanted to get the book, it's only right now $13.99. The price is going to go up after I actually have the books. Probably the month of March, it will be $13.99, but going into the month of April, it will go up. So go ahead and take this deal, this special deal right now, www.gleebargaincenters.com. $13.99, very cheap. If you want both books, I have, let me see, I don't think I have my book here. I have also the Mind Regulator on sale. I don't know where my book at, but anyway. So I have the Mind Regulator. That's my other book. Let me see. I think it's in here. Here we go. So this is my book. This is my life story about my life and what I've gone through. I went through a traumatic accident when I was 5 and I cracked my skull. I lost my mind and how God restored it and how I got my mind back. So this is what this book is about. So if you get both of my books, you actually get a discount. So if you buy this book and Unlimited Faith, which I'm going to get in about a week, so you're going to get it. You're going to get the books at the same time. It will actually be $24.99, which it makes both books $12.49, which is really cheap. And then you just pay for shipping. That's it. So go to www.gleebargaincenters.com, get Unlimited Faith. You're going to love this book. It's going to empower you. The things I'm talking about right now about, sticking through it. Those are the principles. I share a lot of principles. Also, I do have some people that share their testimonies in that book as well. It's a very powerful book. You're going to love it. Check out the Mind Regulator. Get both of them. They're going to bless you. So this is kind of like my process, my beginning, and the Unlimited Faith it's kind of like a part 2 to it. I share a little bit more of what I've gone through and what I overcame as well in Unlimited Faith as well. So go to www.gleebargaincenters.com and check out my book. Okay. So it looks like I got someone talking and then I'm about to jump off. Oh, you will order? Okay, great. I will, I'll put the link after this video, okay? So you can go ahead and order my books. If you want to get both of them, I would recommend get both because they're cheaper when you get both, $24.99, and pay for shipping. Definitely. And thank you so much. She said, wow, what a testimony. Amen. So I'm gonna put it after this video. I will put it in the chat so you can go ahead and go onto my website and get those books. All right. Thank you so much for joining tonight, guys. Also, just to let you know, if you are interested in being a guest on my show, I do have guests and I would love for you to be one of my guests. Go to purposetopromise@gmail.com. If you have a story, if you have a business, if you have something that fits this show, I would love for you to be one of my guests because I love you guys. I really do. I appreciate you guys' support. I appreciate you guys coming on here, sharing this. And if you guys, I see a couple of you guys on here, go ahead and share this live as well. I want people to be impacted by this live on tonight. So, but email me. And also, if you have any topics you want to talk about, email me that as well. purpose2promise@gmail.com. All right, guys. So I'm about to jump off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this impacted you. I know Liza was impacted. I'm going to put my link on it. If you want to go ahead and purchase my books, you can do that. Y'all guys have a great night. And I will be back on Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You will get notifications if you actually, follow me on Shakima S. Perry. That's my fan page. So if you follow me on Shakima S. Perry, you'll get a notification about the show. And also follow me on YouTube. Go to YouTube, put Shakima S. Perry. Follow me on YouTube. You'll get a notification on YouTube as well. Follow me. All right. Robin says she'll catch the replay. And Liza said, thank you, so blessed. Great. So you guys have a great night. Thank you for joining. And I will see you on Monday. Peace.